your parents send you care packages when you went to university?
If I say no, they might say otherwise. they might.
How dare you don't remember?
They might see this episode and be like, "We sent you things, Colin." I don't think they did. I want to say that no, I don't think so. I remember the last house I moved into in university. It was like we moved in. It was a bit beat up. It wasn't like great. And my mum was like mortified. She was like, "Oh my god, this place is a shithole. Oh my god, you can't live here." I'm like, "It's not that bad. I'll get over it. I'll be fine." I just remember her reaction. She was just like, I thought she was actually going to be like, "You can't. You have to find somewhere else. This is too awful." I was like, "No, it's fine." It wasn't even that bad. It was just kind of messy.
Is this the one in Swansea?
Yeah, but it was, and that one was the one that later had like rats.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think the rats were a part of the initial moving in thing. I think they joined later. They moved in with me.
They were the other roommates.
They weren't part of the package.
No, I didn't pre-order those, unfortunately. No, I mean, fuck. I'm trying to think now. Everything. I only ever had like white roommates. Actually, sounds bad. I guess in Swansea there isn't much diversity. There was.
Right.
I did have some friends who are from like from Chinese schools, but most of them didn't
Like
speak
exchange
like
students, or
they just a lot of foreign students come to the UK.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a very like the UK has a lot of foreign students.
Yeah.
A lot.
that makes sense though.
There's a ton of universities. I think there's one. Every city has two.
And you guys have like some of the highest universities as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
a
and
lot
it's
of people
quite
come
a
for
lot of
that.
prestigious ones as
Yeah,
well.
that makes sense.
Not Swansea, but maybe another prestigious one.
Yeah.
Maybe Oxford was full. And,
Yeah.
so I had some friends that were Chinese, but they didn't speak much English.
Right.
And it was I can't remember his name. I did some projects with him in first year, and he was like, didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Right.
So we kind of just helped. We were like, we'll just
help
you. We'll just do it. And he was like, thank you. I'll return the favor. And then he never returned.
We never saw him again.
And then he never returned.
Never
the
saw
favor.
him again, right? And then 2 years later, same engineering. I was like, oh my god, I saw him again. I was like, how you doing, man? And his English was a bit better at this time. He spoke a bit more English. Still wasn't like great, but it was pretty good. And he was really struggling with this thing. And we had a spare slot in our group, and we were like, just join ours because we're basically nearly done. You'll get a passing grade. Like, and he was like, oh shit, no way. And we were like, what do you do for fun? He's like, I'll show you. No, dead ass. We're like in the like computer libraries, just working on this thing. And this is when we like invited him to join us.
Yeah,
right. And we were just talking because he was sitting with us, and we were like, oh yeah, what do you do? He's like, I'll show you. So he takes us outside. He just starts breakdancing. Just like insane,
Hell yeah.
like insane,
Fuck yeah.
insane. Because he didn't want to explain it or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. He just starts doing like insane like flips and shit.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're like computer nerds and like engineers, and we're just like, what? What is this?
that's fucking awesome.
It was so bizarre. And then
the glow up, dude.
Yeah.
and he was like, yeah, I love breakdancing. It's my passion and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, nice, dude. I'm nice. He's like, what are you gonna do after this? He's like, I don't fucking know. he's like, I'm just here until my parents drag me back. And I was like, fair enough.
Breakdance my way to a degree.
And so he was like, by the way, I didn't forget. I wanna return the favor for you guys helping me so much.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't see him for a long time.
Yeah.
And then one day I was on the bus back to like my house, and he was there. He was like, dude, let me return the favor for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And so we go into town. He's like, look, my friend owns this Boba store. And I'm like, of course. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be racist, but I'm like, it makes sense that your Chinese friends own the Boba store.
Yeah, of
Right?
course.
It makes sense.
Makes sense.
My first time ever having boba, and he's like, yeah, you got to try this. This is amazing.
Oh, really?
He's like, you
Yeah.
love tea? I'm like, yeah, I love tea.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of boba before.
Right.
This is like 20...
Is this
20
before it like exploded?
Yeah,
right?
this is like
Before
2015.
the Boba explosion.
Yeah.
And I'd never even seen this stuff. And they were putting these what I thought were balls into my
Yeah.
drink, tapioca.
Yeah.
At the time. He puts them in. I'm like, I don't know, man. It looks kind of... This isn't like tea I've had before. and it's cold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. So I have this, and he makes it for me, and he's like, it's free of charge. Free of charge. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, I'll give you like I don't know how much this work would have cost if I charged you, but all right, yeah.
Free boba.
I was very grateful. And I drink it, and immediately I like... I'm like choking on this fucking tapioca ball. I'm like, wait, you got a Heimlich maneuver me, dude. It's awful. I like spat out the boba in the straw. It's so bad. I suck on it and like the widest thing ever. Like
That is the widest story
was
I've
the
ever heard. White man tries tapioca
literally
for the first time.
literally spat it out, and I was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, it was funny, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, but the milk part tasted good.
Yeah.
Can we get rid of the balls? And he's like, yeah, we'll just make you another one without the ball. I'm like, no, you don't have to. He's like, it's free, don't worry. I'm like, okay.
I got you, bro.
I was like, oh, okay.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, he's very, very nice.
God, I remember when the fucking initial boba explosion happened in Japan.
How did that happen? Why did that happen?
That's so weird because,
Okay.
like, the month we moved here, it was
Yeah.
like every boba store you would tell which boba store. What was a boba store? Sorry,
Yeah.
if it had a line outside.
Dude.
Yeah, right.
There were some boba stores near my house at the time where it was like legit, like on weekends, it was legit like a 4-hour wait.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I don't get it.
What?
I don't get it. It's just a bit of tea with some jelly.
Man, did that die? Though.
Just
oh yeah,
It, like fucking sped run death here.
dude. Like I
speedrun death? I think
Oh
it's still
yeah.
No, you never see.
No,
lines
you go to
for
a
them
boba store now. There's like maybe 1 or 2 people there.
That's
max.
true. That's true. Well, there's still a thing in the UK, from what I can see. They still exist. The stores still
Oh, no,
exist.
it's still around, but it's not the hype. The hype
it's just
is
the
nowhere
hype.
near.
Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
rightly so, because I thought it was like overrated to fuck. Like,
I think so,
I
too.
didn't get what the craze around it
Yeah,
was.
I mean,
Right.
I drank a shitload of it during uni because we had like a boba store near like where we studied. But like that was
I get it.
yeah, but that was before the explosion.
It,
so-
it
so-
lasts a while because
Yeah.
it's cold, so you can kind of just sip on it throughout the day
Yeah.
if you ever get a big one.
Also, if you're a uni student, it's a great sugar rush
Yeah.
as
So
well.
then
So
I-
it like keeps you
yeah.
concentrated.
I guess everyone after a while was
Yeah.
like, in Japan at least, was like, all right, back to Starbucks now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back to Starbucks.
Back to
mean,
the
I
way
just-
life should have been.
I just saw nothing but just iced tea or iced coffee. I don't know, maybe. To me, it was like
But it's not fun. There's no personality in
I'm a
that.
hot boy. I like my drinks hot. I don't really like cold drinks that much.
They had hot boba too, though, right? I think
hot boba is just not the
No.
same.
it's not the
though.
same.
Boba?
Yeah, I think they
What?
do, but it's
You-
not.
you
It's not
can-
as good.
I believe you can order it with like no ice sometimes.
Yeah.
You know when you can customize your
That's
order.
lukewarm though.
That's true. That's lukewarm.
It's
That's
like piss water.
Warm boba.
Yeah, it's like pea
warm
water.
boba. Ugh. Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah, I don't know what maniac would order warm boba, but it was an option in some of the boba stores I've been to.
If it was like a specialty, I'd be like, okay, if you say so.
Was that a secret menu? Did you have to
The
like?
secret menu.
did you have to speak Chinese to get that one? It's like, I'm a Chinese friend. Can I get the lukewarm boba? It's like, oh, so you know your shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know how or why it exploded, but I remember it just like not just in Japan, but just pretty much everywhere in the UK, everywhere in Thailand. You just couldn't get away from it. Like,
Even in the
It was
States,
just-
I remember
like,
it was
like
huge.
fashionable. I think it's just a fashionable drink.
Yeah, I guess so. And I think
it's Instagrammable. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. It's
just that it was
Instagrammable.
like, let's be honest, 2014 was just was all the like the Frappuccino. That's what it was.
That's
right?
true.
When that
Yeah,
came out,
that's
that
true.
was the thing. Everyone just wants a photogenic drink, and
Yeah.
boba looked photogenic.
But I feel Japan took that like the photogenicness of boba and just like was trying to stretch it out to such a high degree where it's
Yeah.
just so
It's
unnecessary.
like everything in Japan, though. Everything is
Yeah.
about taking photos. Like afternoon tea. I love my afternoon tea. It's the most British thing I've ever said. I really, really enjoy going for tea and having crumpets or
Yeah.
scones. Whatever
that
they
is like
have.
a weirdly popular subculture in Japan, isn't it?
It is, but
Yeah.
everywhere I've been just does it really badly.
Really?
They okay, I mean not badly. It's hard to say.
Not as good.
Like to me, afternoon tea is just as much about like the food you get as it is the tea.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And the food isn't great here.
It's the food here looks so aesthetic.
but it doesn't taste good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
all they do is
Yeah.
they arrange it and they get these like beautiful colored things. And then you take one bite of the quiche, you're like, why does it taste bad?
Yes, I actually agree. So that this is like afternoon tea is one thing that England does the best that I've had so far, because the afternoon tea food is actually good. Whereas in Japan, every time I've had afternoon tea, it just looks pretty.
Also, yeah, it's got to be layered, right?
Yeah.
So like the layers are to distinguish the types of flavors.
Right.
Bottom is for sandwiches. Then maybe you get like the quiches or the more like savory kind of like kind of the dishes. It's always sandwiches.
Like pastries
bottom.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
you get and so it's like
then
savory,
you got the sweets at the top.
savory, and then sweets.
Yeah.
But in Japan, it's sweets, savory, and also sweets. But it's like it's ridiculous. It's like this isn't because normally afternoon tea you kind of have it at like. And we have it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's a good place, you can normally like skip lunch or dinner with it because it's pretty like it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
places even refill.
Yeah.
In the UK, they refill the sandwiches or stuff in some places, so you can just like you can chow down, dude.
Yeah,
And if you like the sandwiches or you like the whatever they're offering, dude, it's good. It's so good. You get your money's worth.
Yeah.
It's expensive though. In London, it's very expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good.
But,
I
like, it's
recommend
an
doing it.
experience you're paying for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
One thing I've only seen really in Asia as well, going off like the boba thing before, like I guess the boba
It's the
craze
most
took
privileged
off.
thing I've ever mentioned, by the way. I just realised that. It
Well,
sounds so
afternoon
privileged,
tea.
me being like, the tea isn't good enough. It's disgusting.
No
Sorry, go.
sandwiches.
I mean, it's one thing I feel like Britain does well, so I think it's a good. It's
no Greg's, though, is it?
It's not Greg's.
no Greg's.
It's not Greg's. But yeah, like dessert cafes. That's one thing like I only saw in Asia.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if there is more dessert cafes in
Dessert
the UK
buffets,
now.
especially.
Sorry?
Dessert buffets.
Dessert buffet. What's that?
It's like it's literally exactly that. Think of a buffet, but it's
Yeah.
all desserts.
Yeah, because whenever I'd hang out with my like some of my friends in Thailand, they'd be like, "Oh, let's go to this dessert cafe." I'm just like, wait, like to me, growing up in England, dessert was something you have at the end of a meal at a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
You don't go to
Yeah.
a specific place to eat dessert, right? That concept was just alien to me.
Yeah.
And like, to me, it still feels weird, right? Because I would like, if I want dessert after a meal, I would order it at the restaurant.
Yeah.
But like, you go to a dessert cafe and it's like half a meal, you know,
Yeah.
you know, because like
Well,
you never go to a dessert cafe after you finish eating at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But you go to a dessert cafe at like really weird times of the day. And yeah, 3 or something.
Yeah.
And I go to a dessert cafe, I have the dessert, and then it just fucks with my eating schedule because then I just don't want dinner.
Yeah,
But then it
yeah.
also doesn't fill me up as well. It's really weird.
So you get hungry at like 9 p.m. you
Yeah,
know? It's like
yeah,
a really
yeah.
weird time where it's like, oh, it's kind of too late to eat food.
yeah, right.
But I know I won't be able to sleep because I'm gonna get hungry.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't know. I just don't feel satisfied if I've eaten a lot of something sweet. But
Yeah.
when I eat like a savory meal,
Yeah.
I just feel like happy.
I just feel sick if I eat too much sweet
Yeah,
stuff
me
now.
too.
Yeah.
I was always like that though. Like I could never eat too. I liked sweets, but like I could never eat too much of it because then I'd be filled up. But then that feeling of being filled up by sweet shit, it just made me
Yeah.
feel really ill, which just made me want to eat regular food anyway.